The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat post-game show.
Panthers win! Panthers win!
9-0-1.
9-0-1, bitches. Undefeated, apparently, because one that tie. They do ties in hockey. Yep. Of course. That doesn't count as a loss, so they get points.
It was an overtime loss.
Overtime loss. Overtime win tonight. So I guess that's a win. Not a
Franky
tie.
V.
I mean, listen, you guys know how much I fucking love hockey. Yeah. I love the fucking Panthers. Panthers undefeated. Barkov scored 2 things tonight.
No somebody clip that.
Barkov.
Lou Osterinen, who I love. Y'all know I got the Lou jersey. I took it down, but you know I usually have that Lou jersey up in the back. He scored one of them things tonight. And then there was an Ekblad. Ekblad, I hope that's phonetic.
Eggplant.
He scored one of them things. He had 4 of S's. I don't know what those are. Maybe steals. Shit. That's a lot of steals. And then Montour, big motherfucking Montour. My man's. Montour had another one of them things. And then there's like some plus minus numbers and shit. And there's but yeah, most importantly, they beat the Washington Capitals of Washington. And it was a overtime win, and that's the show for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. Woo! All right, Brad, put up.
Oh, you could almost say almost a riot.
All right, Brass. Okay, here we go. Heat lose to the Celtics, but we outscored the Orlando Magic, baby. Yes. Woo! Yes. Woo! That's a big one. The Magic scored like 72 points last night. The Celtics shut down defense. Listen, I don't know, man. Like, we've said it over and over again that the Miami Heat's offense would fail them from time to time, but the defense would bail them out. And tonight, the defense was fine. You held the team to 90-something points. You should win that game. But they were like they weren't bad for this season on offense. They were historically fucking bad on offense in this entire game. I mean, a team that's out-rebounded everybody they face I think they got out-rebounded tonight, or at least they were getting out-rebounded at one point. Well, if you miss that many shots, you're going to get out-rebounded. A team that was scoring the most points in the league scores 70-something points tonight. When that happens, you're going to fucking lose. When a team that had the best scoring bench in the league got outscored by James Naismith's long lost fucking nephew, whatever his name, Naismith, and a fucking some other dudes I've never even fucking heard of, and a Grant Williams and some shit. I don't know what the fuck happened tonight. This was not 2021-22 Miami Heat basketball. I don't know how much you take away from this game, what worries you going forward, but we're gonna talk about it. We're not going to dwell too badly. We're not going to get too fucking upset. I might have a rant in the middle of this. We got Rohan Nadkarni from Sports Illustrated. We're still going to have a good time. I am Alphonse Sidney, a.k.a. Alf954. Welcome to Hangover Time, the Miami Heat Beat postgame show. If you're watching live on Twitch, thank you very much. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Follow us, comment, hit likes and stuff, Don't be creepy about Siobhan. She's not even on the show tonight. You guys are weird. But thank you, YouTube audience. You guys have been killing it. Like, we're doing 4,500, 5,000 views every game. Bring me out, Brass. Yes, sir.
Hold on. Did you say Siobhan's not on the show?
No, Siobhan's not on the show.
Hold on. I think I got look at that.
He just fucking left.
Wow.
I get it.
Wow, what a dick.
Oh, shit. Okay, there we go.
He's back. So what up, Rohan? Welcome in, guys. Listen, what are we going to do tonight? We're going to talk about this game. I hope we don't dwell too fucking much on it. There's things to talk about, like Kyle Lowry. Is that ankle okay? It didn't look that bad, but who fucking knows, right? Like, sometimes the shit that looks the worst, like Strus's knee, was 2 weeks and he's going to be back. Shit that looks like nothing could be a few months. So Let's pray for Kyle Lowry. Let's hope everything goes okay. And let's do what we do on this show. Win or lose, Brass, we drink and have a good time. So what's everyone drinking? Smolik asked why I got clothes hanging on the wall like I'm at the dry cleaners. That's because all my Panthers jerseys are dirty, baby. Listen, I was going to have that Illuminati, whatever the fuck that motherfucker's name is. He was going to be up there. And then, you know how I like Montour, whatever the fuck his name is. But anyway, Rohan, a.k.a. Ryan Cortez, stole my bit. Listen, Ryan was at the game tonight, so we could blame him wholeheartedly for this shit. What are you drinking tonight, Rohan?
Yeah, I forgot that every time we do this show, I'm supposed to have a drink.
I forgot? How do you forget that?
It's
I don't know.
in the name.
I have this morning's coffee, and I got an empty coconut water bottle. That's about it.
This is why we lost.
Yeah, sorry about
Your
that.
morning
That's
coffee?
It's not great. Not great.
There's dairy in that morning coffee.
You never
don't
had
drink
coffee
that
on your desk, and then you just
but don't. That's fine. Just don't drink it because there's dairy in there. Cream, it's not.
Made that mistake.
It's not okay anymore. We want you to make it through the show.
I appreciate it.
Indigestion situation.
Tiff, what are you drinking tonight?
Nothing.
Okay.
I picked up something new because it was $4 off at the Publix liquor store. It says Redemption Bourbon, and now that I look at it, it feels kind of racist.
It looks slaverish.
I don't know. Yeah, doesn't it look? It looks.
It's got a little bit of a plantation vibe. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, like overseer shit. Like this, what the overseer drinks while he's on his horse. Brass, what are you drinking?
Natural segue,
I honestly never thought we'd have an overseer reference on Hangover Time, but boom, there it is. Brass, what are you drinking tonight?
I decided to put in almost the same amount of effort as the Heat put in tonight, which is actually I'm putting in a little more effort. So I'm not mixing anything. I'm just going to pour it into the fucking glass. If I were the Heat, I would miss the glass and just pour it on the floor.
Not even drink it out the bottle.
So
just
it's a 12-year-old. It's a Kraganmore. It's a Speyside single malt. It's very good.
You also poured it too close. The Heat would have never shot it that close.
They would have never got it that close.
Yeah.
No.
Still missed.
Moose, what are you drinking tonight? That monkey booty?
No. Tonight did not deserve the monkey shoulder. You know what tonight did deserve, though? Some tequila, because we are going to try and forget it. Tonight really didn't happen. So one time for a fake game, drip drop.
Moose, did you get that Casamigos for free or something? Because you've been milking that motherfucker.
No, you know why? Because I only drink monkey shoulder. I saved this for during the week.
The fact that you saved tequila for during the week means we probably should have some kind of intervention. We'll talk about it after the show.
Do you wear the drip drop shirt on every show?
I have 12 of them. We've sold 13. Yeah.
That is impressive.
That's impressive self-branding right there. I respect it.
You know?
Stick to the bit.
Moose, I got you.
Always.
I got you right now. Moose, I got you.
The 13th one.
Oh, I got the.
There's 13.
I got the Tiff shirt on tonight. Fuck the numbers.
I'm wearing the Hanes X Temp 2-pack.
Oh, well, we'll get you a drip drop shirt.
Free 1-day shipping. No, I'm good. Oh,
man. Jesus.
I'm comfy.
Man, them Sports Illustrated checks ain't clear, Rohan. Come on, man. I know you got money. I see you on Instagram. Every time you go out, you eating some expensive shit. I'm like, brother, it's Tuesday at lunch.
It's not.
You got a filet mignon with fucking flaky lobster and crab and shrimp on top.
I'm wealthy. I don't know what you want me to say.
I like it.
Wait, let me
Franky.
just say this.
Go ahead.
Say this, Franky. Rohan, I'm only here because you're here. So
wow. Okay. Thank you. No, I'll do my best.
It is true. Wow. She wanted to bow out tonight. She's like, I'm coming out for Rohan.
Damn. Thank you very much. Hopefully, I don't let you down. Wow.
No, well, we lost, so you already fucked up.
Yeah, you're off to a great start.
Frank, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, just like the Heat, I forgot that I was on tonight, and
So you weren't patiently waiting for Rohan, is it?
No, when I saw Rohan was on, I was like, all right, I definitely got to be on. I'm not gonna make an excuse. But my girlfriend had some leftover like cider beer, so I just grabbed that. We're drinking that tonight. I'm not putting in any effort. The Heat didn't. You saw that second quarter? Come on.
Yeah.
Holy shit. We can get into that. We can get into the second quarter. 9 points. Holy shit. Compared to what, 48 the 2 nights ago?
Yep, I was there.
Rohan, what do you attribute this to? Is this just a outlier game? Because we have an 8-game sample size, right? We have 7 games with Kyle Lowry. The 7 games with Kyle Lowry, they're the best scoring team in the league and the best defensive team in the league, outscoring other teams by damn near 20 points a game. And then we have tonight. Is this a complete outlier, or is this something to be worried about?
So I think you made a notable point there, which is instead of looking at it as a 1-game sample size, like combine this with the other games they played with Kyle Lowry. Right? Look at those 7 games as one big collective, as one big sample, instead of breaking them up individually. And we did a podcast for Sports Illustrated earlier this week, and my co-host was asking me, what I thought about the Heat. And I had a little bit of hesitation because I think no one expects them to be the juggernaut they showed. I think they can be somewhere in between maybe our preseason expectations and how good they've been during the regular season so far. To me, what's been interesting about these first, 7 games with Kyle Lowry are the shots they're getting in the half court. You look at a team like Utah, for example. I mean, I haven't looked at the stats in a couple of days, but the percentage of field goal attempts that Utah takes, 3-pointers compared to 2-pointers, it's close to a 50-50 split. I think they were at like 48% 3-pointers, 52% 2-pointers roughly, okay? The Heat, I believe they had the lowest average in the league. They're taking the most attempts of their shots from 2. And a lot of those shots, they're not at the rim, they're mid-range shots, which I think speaks to the fact that even though they've been great offensively, have a really good offensive rating, I mean, I think a lot of that has to do with offensive rebounds, et cetera. I've not been in love with their half-court offense so far this season. And we saw tonight, teams that get back on defense and are aware of, what they're trying to do with the hit-ahead passes, et cetera, they can make life difficult for the Heat in the half-court. Now, the beauty and the curse is we know that problem exists. The beauty is that Spo has this whole season to kind of figure out what he wants to do with that. But I do think even with the additions they've made, even with Lowry, they're going to have issues in the half court. And I think we saw tonight, the Celtics have great personnel defensively. I'm not concerned about how bad they've been defensively to start the season because I think they're going to be a good defensive team. Tonight we saw what a really good defensive team can do to them when they're not getting easy looks and what happens when they're forced to play half court. So that, to me, if you're going to look at one thing that you really need to think about moving forward, what could be an issue for them even in the postseason, it's that.
Tiff, going back, piggybacking off of what Rohan said, I tweeted out that they got a target on their back now. Everybody, every expert they're drinking the culture Kool-Aid. They out here, Heat are number 1, power ranking this, power ranking that. Rohan had them number 1 in his power ranking, so I'm blaming Rohan too. He got a target on their back, and everybody knows one thing, that they're going to play defense, and they're going to try to get out in transition and run a little bit and get some easy buckets. And you saw what Boston did tonight. There was no run-outs. On them look-ahead passes, there was somebody back there. So that it's been scouted at this point. You got to figure out what to do in the half-court offense now. Your defense held. Your defense held because, like I've tried to say before, defense doesn't slump like offense does. They figured you out as far as what you want to do offensively. How do they adjust going forward?
Well, one, we got to see what happens with Kyle because that's a big thing. Because if he's out, then there's no point guard. So then I'm going to say he's not playing in the next game, right? So we're going to go back to Jimmy. So we're going to go back to what we did last season. More than likely, it's going to be a lot of that dribble. Yeah, oh, God. It's going to be a lot of that dribble handoff to Duncan, PJ standing in the corner. This is what we're going to go back to. But hopefully tonight was the outlier for Bam. That's what you hope. You hope the next game that Bam's more aggressive, Bam's getting easier shots. Everybody needs to be working to get Bam easier shots instead of also focusing on trying to get Duncan open for three. I think if you get Bam easier shots, that opens it up for the rest of the offense. Because Bam's the only person, honestly, that warrants a double team on this whole team. He's the only one.
Well, to what Rohan said, right? Out of all the teams in the league, the Heat were one of the teams that were not shooting. That a lot of their points came from 2 points, the 2-point area, right? They were shooting a lot more 2-point field goals than 3-point field goals. Moose tonight, 41 attempts from three, 40 attempts within the 3-point line, right? To me, that is not how this Heat team needs to work. They need to work inside out, kind of to Tiff's point, because every time we've seen them be successful, it's Bam and Jimmy attacking the rim. Then Tyler just attacks from all 3 levels. But their best games have come when Duncan shoots 5 or 6, 7 times. And we all appreciate Duncan's gravity. Right? We talk about gravity all the time, but him shooting 17 times a night from 3, not a recipe for success.
No, they were really trying to force the situation and overemphasize Duncan's offensive role in tonight's game. And we were talking about it throughout the entire night in the chat. They work better when it's an inside-out team. We needed more in the paint activity, especially from Bam. I wanted to see personally Tyler continue to attack the basket in the second half. That was something that was particularly, annoying to me. But really, more than anything, and I want to give some credit to the pregame show for saying one of their keys to the game was controlling the pace. And you know what? We didn't do that at all. From the start of the game, Boston was completely dictating what we were doing out there and forcing us into this half-court offense that has just not been, comfortable for the rotation. And it's hopefully an outlier. We were due for a game where we kind of get slapped around a little bit, something to work on. But tonight was frustrating in the sense that we weren't controlling our own offensive pace. That was something that was really frustrating to me.
Franky, everybody, there's people in the chat, Siobhan's in the chat. Everyone's just blaming Duncan, which is, I understand when you go 5 for 17, there's some blame there. But the fact that you had to shoot 17 times is more of an indictment on the offense than it is on Duncan himself. I'm not giving Duncan a pass, right? Mm-hmm. Like there were some of those shots before he started just having a release to try to get back in the game that he was just missing wide open shit. And it's good that they have the wide open shots, but the fact that they're not they took tonight off when it came to attacking the basket it's. I know everybody wants to blame Duncan, but Duncan was a -1 tonight. Tyler was a -32, right? We want to throw all that blame Duncan's way. This tonight was not. Duncan was the second highest scorer on the team tonight. Blaming Duncan for the night seems really fucking lazy to me. I'm sorry, it just does.
Yeah, it's the easy one to check the box score and see that. I like what you said about the attacking the paint and such, that they fall in love with the 3. You saw in the third quarter when they started making their run, it was getting to the rim, getting to the basket, getting into the paint, creating inside out looks. That's how they got their 3s, their healthy diet of 3s. But then they start trying to hit 3s to when they're down 12, and it's just one kick to the side or a dribble handoff. They're not putting any paint pressure, not putting any pressure on the defense, letting them relax, take a play off, and it's real easy to defend. The Celtics are switching. They got 2 bigs in the whole game. They're switching everything, and the slips are there. We saw early on Jimmy take advantage of some slips, get to the paint, get finished, get to the line, and that they went away from that. They also what Moose was talking about, the pace as well. It's not just pushing the ball in transition and getting early offense. It's
turning the ball over. Every single fucking time.
It's getting into your sets quick. It's not running your set, starting your set when there's 12 seconds on the clock. Jimmy taking his time, Bam taking his time, Kyle taking his time, Tyler taking their time. They're all dribbling with the ball, and now you got to force a shot up because you're against the clock now, and not just against the defense. And it's a whole magnitude of things that went wrong tonight. I'm not sweating it too much. They're a veteran team. Kyle's injury obviously hurt the comeback attempt. But this is something that the
comeback was over when Kyle got hurt. It was already done.
Yeah, I'm saying like they have warts, and they can tell they have warts, and and as long as Kyle's okay, they'll be fine.
I have a question for Franky.
Oh, go ahead.
Is it about his dinner tray?
Yes, can we get to that, please? Oh my God, I've been putting it in the chat. So first of all, turkey dinner, hungry man. What were you eating tonight?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
My girlfriend's sick, so I bought her some pho.
No.
Wow,
no,
he turned the tables on you.
Wow.
This is my girlfriend's house, so you guys are like making fun of her.
Damn,
Hit you with
bro.
that reverse card,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
He
I'll believe
said,
it.
"I'm a
Real
caring
bad.
human being."
Moose is like,
Man.
Frankie's got a new setup, and
You're setting up.
not at my house.
No. You see what's in the frame. You should move the tray table.
Yeah,
It's okay.
dog.
Continue.
There's a dog. I don't have a dog.
Yo, Dat Boy
Was
and
there a
Pokey
dog?
Sticks are going at
Yeah.
it in the chat, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
There's a-
He's sleeping.
The chat gets violent after a loss.
yeah.
Chat gets intense, bro. Listen,
But
no, go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead, Tiff. I cut you off.
no, I was just curious because like when they started making that run in the third to come back, but did you notice midway, our spacing just got ridiculous. We were literally on top of each other on the offensive end every single possession. So that's like something they have to work out. If they're going to be without Kyle, they look like last year where there wasn't good spacing. Everybody was in the way. You're making a hard pass to a person that's literally right in front of you. So those are the questions, like how do they fix that? Because obviously if the shots aren't dropping, no one's going to respect the shot. So how do they fix that?
Well, I think with purposeful movement and spacing, like they sometimes just space the space and not to get good shots, not to help the defense out, not help the offense out. They're just somebody in the corner so that they don't help. They don't move offensively off the ball at all. They never do. They everything's a cut towards the ball. There's no screens away. There's nothing. Siobhan was tweeting this all night. Every time we had a post-up matchup advantage inside, that somebody cuts into the lane and brings their defender in. And it's
Too cute.
It's
Too cute.
so frustrating. Like there's no like I want to screen away. Give me a flare screen, a back screen. How many times have we seen somebody screen for Bam in one of the guards, Duncan or Kyle, screen for Bam to get somebody inside, force a switch, get them an easy basket, get them an easy lob. We don't see anything like that. With Kyle gone, if Kyle's missing, they need to have more off ball movement. Jimmy's not beating people off the dribble and forcing the help. Unless it's against the backups like that. He's taking advantage of slips. He's catching the ball in rhythm and off catch, making quick movements. Every time he does the isolation shit, he tries to take Horford. We saw that possession. He spent 14 seconds trying to get by Horford, and he took a contested jumper. Like, I don't want to see that shit, but that's what last year was.
So I was saying a lot on Twitter tonight that we got real cute. Like, I think they started reading their own press releases. They were reading their own power rankings, courtesy of Rohan Nadkarni. But there's somebody else out here, and Rohan, I want you to comment on this, that was getting real cute pregame, and this is what happened.
Little culture chatter, live in Miami. Bill Simmons, ¿dónde está, bro? Coward, bro.
Coward, bro.
Bro.
Cortez is a legend. I gotta say, I didn't have the guts tonight because I texted Michael Pina and I was like, my fear is that the Celtics get their season back on track tonight with a win. I'll say this: we're talking a lot about the Heat. I get it. Obviously, this is the Heat show. Boston played their asses off tonight. I mean, we kind of have to mention that. Like, as much as the Heat struggled, Duncan missed his threes, the offense didn't look crisp, etc. I mean, Boston came out, they executed their game plan. Their switches were incredible. I mean, Al Horford, I would never blame Rick Ross. You take that back. How dare you?
Be careful.
How dare you blame Rick Ross? No.
Rohan had the tweet of the night.
He did call the Heat Ross thing. He did call the Heat a young team, which was weird.
Yeah.
Second oldest team in the league.
Yeah. I just think that Boston, I mean, they played their asses off. I mean, Horford, I thought their bigs were incredible on these switches. Jaylen Brown was having some outstanding possessions against Tyler Hero. That's a mismatch for Hero at 10 times out of 10. So I just think that you also have to give the Celtics credit. I mean, obviously we're going to focus on the Heat, and I think there are issues that they need to clean up, but they also ran into, I think, a highly motivated opponent. The Celtics also had a point to prove. We're talking about the Heat reading their press. I'm sure the Celtics are seeing all these people calling them frauds, saying the team is a mess, their stars can't get along, etc. I mean, them winning with Jason Tatum basically doing nothing for 3.5 quarters.
Oh my God.
I think speaks to just the mindset they came out with defensively. They also had a point to prove. They played really well. I mean, for the Heat, I think the shooting's going to even out. I've been, tweeting jokes about Duncan. Someone's got to unplug his microphone, etc. But I really don't think he's the problem. I know that I know the three everyone is upset about, like in the third quarter, it really looked like they were about to make their comeback. And he missed a big three, and everyone wants to get upset about that one. But
yeah, that was after a really bad Jimmy three, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, never blame
Jimmy. Took every three Jimmy took tonight was not a good one. Except
it was awful. The whole team was fucking awful.
They were just chucking it up. They were just trying. They were trying anything at that point.
I mean, and I will say about that. I mean, I think part of the reason why they're throwing up these bad threes is how good Boston was playing defensively. Getting into everything they wanted to do. Their switches were so good. Miami, they weren't prepared.
The way Boston was playing defense, what they had to do and what they started to do in the third quarter, they had to be patient, right? Like they had to just not fancy passes at people's fucking ankles and all that bullshit they were doing to cause turnovers. Like Bam Adebayo has Marcus Smart on his back. Let him back him down. Like Jimmy Butler, if Dennis Schroeder's on you, back him down. Like be patient. Like this whole idea, push is great if you're out in transition. But like Moose and Frankie were saying, getting into your sets early is more important than pushing, and just I don't know. They just got real cute, and it was like what was working was bully ball.
Yeah,
patient as bully ball, getting in the paint, getting around the rim. But to your point, we do have to give the opponent credit, and we do it from time to time on the show. We don't do it a lot. Like we don't really like doing that shit. Usually it's our fucking fault. It's the Heat's fault. But we do sometimes give the other team credit. And Brass, let's find out who kicked our ass tonight.
They kicked our ass.
I love Jimmy holding his knee.
It hurt my heart.
In the show
Thank you.
Listen, man, Brass, we got to steal you, man. You're getting
whoa,
chill. Tampering.
Chill.
Go on. I'm looking. It hurt my heart to replace Guarin in that, though.
I mean, Brass, if all you want to be able to afford is Hanes Tees one day shipping, go to Sports Illustrated.
We're gonna criticize one day shipping. I'll have you know that if my order was less than $35, I was willing to pay the $2.99 for one day shipping. I'll let you know that. Okay, so let's not,
Oh, you got money. You got real money. Okay, my bad. You got to pay for the shipping. Holy shit.
$2.99. Damn.
So I'll start with Tiff. Who kicked our ass tonight?
Spo.
Ooh.
Good take.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I love this.
Good answer. Put it on the board.
Because we wasn't
It's on the
ready.
board.
We were not ready to play. They weren't ready.
All right.
They were too worried about that mashup jerseys. Brass, who kicked our ass tonight?
I want to preface this by saying that even the best Heat teams in history always lost to shitty teams.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So
yeah.
These people in the comments would have been trading LeBron. You know what I mean?
Everyone needs to really chill out.
Yeah.
I mean, even the best teams have these kind of games, and it's frustrating. But I really do put this. If the Heat didn't just try to overdo everything and try to be so fucking cute with everything, they started chipping it away. They were down by 20, and all of a sudden they cut it to 10. And then they lost 8. And they cut it back. Yeah, they cut it to 8. Then they cut it to 8. It's like they got so close. But like I'm just looking and honestly, in terms of Duncan shooting tonight, Duncan still hit 5 threes. Who's like 5 of 17. I mean, that's still you take that. Duncan is your guy who's bombs away all the time because he got a lot of looks and he's the guy that can get hot. But like PJ Tucker. Like, what is he doing? PJ ended up taking.
PJ took 5 threes.
Jimmy took 4. Jimmy.
Kyle was 2%.
You can't do that, man. You can't. You're not good enough at that. Unless it's the playoffs, and maybe we'll talk. But like,
what PJ? You got to live with that.
Well, no, but we understand. But the same way you got to live with Duncan, you have to live with this.
We don't have to live with the Jimmy threes.
No, we do not.
That's the careless. That is the careless.
That's a terrible fucking roommate.
Yeah,
we evict Jimmy threes.
Here's another thing I'll just sprinkle in. Sorry, I know you're going around doing your thing.
You're killing the flow of the show, man. We're very strict on how this thing goes.
I'm just saying we're talking about threes. You can also just look at the box score and say both teams shot 41 threes. The Celtics hit 7 more and they won by 17 points. I mean, I hate to, but that's like 95% of NBA games.
Rohan, how many quarters did the Celtics win?
Oh, they had to have won all 4 or 3.
They won one quarter.
Wow, holy shit.
All they won is the second quarter.
Second quarter. Wow. Yeah.
2-1 and 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Like so that's why I'm not going. That's 33-9. If you want to base your season takes and who to trade and who fucking sucks off of a 33-9 quarter, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
It's self-inflicted, and it's fine to be frustrated by it. It's fine to look at that and go, come on. What the hell are you doing out there? But I don't think, absolutely freaking out, because going into this game, come on, we were all feeling pretty damn good about this team. So I'm not looking to move all these pieces. It's super corny and super homer of me to say, but sometimes it takes some losses like this.
It does.
One more person I would maybe pull. Udonis, at halftime. Man,
where was the speech?
Worked for
they
4
came
years.
out in the
what were
third
you doing?
Quarter.
They did come out in the third.
In the third quarter.
But
Udonis wasn't missing the open threes in the third.
But UD has got to be man, listen, stop that.
You dare bring.
No,
listen,
you bring that shit. You fucking drive it.
Here's the real question. The Heat win this game with the healthy Victor Oladipo. That's the thing no one's going to talk about.
They're going to say healthy.
Don't get me started with that.
Healthy Udonis, no, they got it.
They win this game with 75% Oladipo.
Moose, who kicked your ass? Oh, yeah, they did. Honestly, nobody could shoot tonight, so Oladipo would have been 0 for 9. So tonight wasn't a night that they needed Oladipo to pull it out.
This is my game.
Yeah, he would have been 0 for Depot from 3.
Yeah, well, I kind of agree with you, Brass. I'm going to tell you who kicked our ass. It doesn't even matter if we had Victor Oladipo. I blame the Riddler, who I guess is our new chief marketing expert, because these jerseys are fucking disgusting, okay? They're holding our entire game hostage, all right? The second they put on these mashup jerseys, boom, it was like Space Jam. All of their shots, all of the paint driving and all that shit, they just couldn't do it. Now, Boston comes out there with their classic green jerseys, and they're playing like it's back in the fucking 30s or 40s when Aaron Naismith's actual grandfather was inventing the game. Okay, bring back the classic white jerseys. I want all white.
Wow, Moose wants all white.
Okay,
wow.
Yes, put it on the board. I want all white jerseys at home every damn time.
Praising the Celtics, and now he wants white jerseys. This is escalating quickly.
That's a little disturbing.
Wasn't expecting to rant me.
Yeah.
Did you know James Naismith had a losing record?
Did he?
Tell him.
He was under 500. Yeah.
Unless he plays the Heat.
The guy invented basketball.
His own game.
Canadians. When has Canada brought anything good?
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa.
Seth Rogen.
I know they don't teach Kyle Lowry.
Breaking news on the bottom. Frankie, who kicked our ass tonight?
Put it on board. Sports Center.
That's all I was gonna say the jerseys too, man. They're supposed to pay an ode to all the decades and all the jerseys and stuff. You play a little bit like the Big Three Heat in the second quarter, in the first quarter. You play a lot like the 30-11 team in the first half of the season in the second quarter. That's what it was. It's just they were paying ode to all these old teams and shit, and it looked like shit today. Those jerseys, I don't like those jerseys. I know, Alf, you were killing me. You were saying most people like them. I think most Heat fans don't really disagree with anything the Heat do. So I don't.
Bro, if 60% of your fan base likes a jersey,
60% of the fan base liked James Johnson 4 years.
But who
And
gives?
that's bullshit. We were all united before the season started that these jerseys sucked.
I've always liked them.
Then we found out that the yellow piping was the gold ropes, and that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But it doesn't save the entire jersey. Okay,
You know what it is?
Trash.
Moose, listen. we do how many shows a week, right? We do 4 shows. Count. We probably do 16 shows a month sometimes.
I don't know what I said yesterday.
There's a stinker in there. Like, it's hard. It's hard to do that. Like, they got to come up with a 2 jerseys every year. And you know what they did? They're like, yo, we've been doing our fucking work. The rest, like Oklahoma City, just keep fucking putting out trash. We're just gonna take all of our good shit. We're gonna cut it out, and you know what? We're gonna make a collage.
This is Al's argument that they're good.
They went to Michael's. They bought a scrapbook. Yeah,
and they made a collage. I've done it in our class. I've been working my ass off all year, drawing cool superheroes and shit. And then, like, the teacher said, "There's another fucking project." I'm just gonna make a collage of all my cool shit. That's what they did. And it's dope.
Here's my biggest problem with it. I'm fine with it in theory. And honestly, they were kind of growing on me. Like, when I saw them come out and they kind of started kind of hot, I was like, maybe they're not quite as bad, because I would shit on them for quite a bit. My problem is they needed one more jersey to pick from, because when you have Miami,
That's fair. Yes.
And then you have 2 numbers. That's one less. You have to repeat. So, like, I guess my OCD kind of throws it off, because, like, you look at BAM's and the I and the 3 are the same jersey, and that kind of throws me off. It's got to be all different. They needed to have one more to pick from.
So you're blaming Bam?
No. Yeah. If you're gonna have 2 numbers, you don't have enough. You don't have enough.
I kind of agree with you, Brass. I think what you need to do is just take off all the lettering and remove it and burn it, because it's trash.
Yeah.
Rohan, who kicked our ass tonight outside of the jerseys?
I'm going to say the regular season. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You're going to have bad games. There are going to be teams that come in more motivated. If you really want to take the long-term view of this, it's, we're obviously not going to be thinking about this loss come playoff time, right? If that's the long-term view you want to take of this team, obviously there's a gigantic way to go until then. I think we've talked about this a little bit. Come on. These comments, man. That's not cool, man. This is my home.
I wouldn't even throw it up.
I will.
Throw that up.
This is going to be, my parents are going to watch this tomorrow. What are they talking about?
I've seen that on
everybody
Bang Bros.
Screenshot that, put that as your Abby's.
Even my parents don't watch this.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think that this is what the regular season is about. Like, there's going to be bad nights. Like Brass mentioned, it's happened to every single Heat team. It's going to happen to this one. It happened to great teams last season. It's going to happen to great teams next season.
It happened already this season. Exactly. Like, how many teams are 6-2 and had 2 blowout losses already? Like, and the Sixers are second in the East.
I will say
first in the East now.
The biggest thing I'll throw out, and this was my biggest concern about this team, that I've been talking about in my actual job at SI, is the depth is going to be an issue. I never thought this was going to be a great regular season team. I was surprised by their start. And to me, the big thing is you have Kyle going out tonight. How many games is he going to miss? Is it going to be a week? Is it going to be 2 weeks? I mean, to me, that's really the big concern and kind of the takeaway is, I also think they're missing Strus, frankly. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy, just, but yeah, I mean, Caleb Martin doesn't give them anything offensively.
Trash.
I thought he had some decent minutes defensively, but he's not. I mean, Strus is a hot start to the season, so this is a very thin team. I know I was joking about Oladipo, but I'm kind of maintained that, like, they are going to need one more contributor at some point, just because of the nature of an NBA regular season. You're not going to have your starting 5 for 82 games. I mean, Bam's already missed time. Jimmy Butler is probably not going to play all 82 games, so I just think that it's good to have a little bit of a wake-up call that, like, this is just how the regular season goes.
Oladipo turns them from a really fucking good team to a great team. Like, when you have Oladipo and Hero on your bench, like, that's different. Like, there are not a lot of teams have that level of scoring punch off their bench. So, but I know we don't like to talk a lot about Oladipo on this show, but when what Rohan's talking about, we talked about it all preseason, all season, that when people called the Heat a 4 or 5 seed, I never argued, because, Kyle misses the next 2 games and they go on a 3-game losing streak. Who's going to be surprised? Right? I mean, Kyle misses the next 5 games and they go 1-4. I mean, they're at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Like, There's razor thin margins, especially until Depot gets back, Tiff.
God.
Well, I've been praying for that silently. Just praying for listen, because that's all we can do on Rohan's couch.
Hit him one time with a drip drop in your home studio.
Oh, God. He's never coming back.
Oh God.
Don't take a shot of that fucking old coffee, bro.
There's some coming in.
Oh God, yeah.
Rohan, I care about you, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it.
You're a foodie. Like, don't drink bad milk.
Oh, there's so many jokes I can make, and I'm gonna avoid every fucking one of them.
There's milk on that couch.
Well, you know what? Let's do the thing we do in losses. Let's go live to the press conference.
Oh wow!
Wow,
we got
a special guest. So you guys get your questions ready because we're tapped in live. Everything's Zoom now, so we all can ask questions from all. So you guys just get ready, get your questions ready.
Please don't get me fired.
Here he comes.
Share this with your Sports Illustrated friends.
Right from the head office, we have Brad Stevens.
Oh wow!
Oh my God!
Oh God!
Oh my God! Hey guys!
Hey Brad.
What's going on?
I love the picture.
Congrats on the win tonight, I guess.
Win tonight? What? We played? How did we do?
Have you been paying attention to the season at all?
Not at all. Not at all. I have the best job in the world. I just sit up here and I let Ime FK Udo, whatever the coach's name is, I let him go out there and he gets all the blame. I have been chilling like a motherfucker up here. I am having the time of my life. Did we win tonight, guys?
I mean, the Heat lost. I wouldn't say you won, but the Heat lost.
Oh, we beat the Heat? Oh my God, I've been watching SportsCenter. They're really good. Holy shit. Good job, FK, MA, whatever your name is. Good job.
Wow. Brad, it seems like you're having quite the fantastic start to your
I see the white thing. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. We have a black vice president. Shut the fuck up, okay? Whoa. Shut up. Anyway, go ahead. What was your question?
I wanted to ask you, have you heard about this players-only meeting that happened in your locker room? And
no.
Really?
Players only? That sounds fun. Was there music? What were they meeting about? Were they upset? Are they mad at me? Are they mad at me? I bet you it's Marcus Smart. He's so uppity sometimes. Not uppity. Not uppity. He's just angry. He's angry. He's a malcontent.
Marcus Smart. See, that's funny. I thought you had an issue with Jaylen Brown.
Whoa. He's still on the team?